Oysters live on the ocean floor, relying on their hard shells for protection. As bivalves, oysters filter feed to obtain nutrients from the water. Oysters are vulnerable to predators when their shells are even slightly open. The shell provides a crucial defense mechanism for the oyster's survival. A grain of sand is a small, discrete particle of rock or mineral. These grains are transported by water currents in aquatic environments. Ocean currents are continuous, directed movements of seawater. The current's flow can carry sand grains over considerable distances. Oysters are bivalve mollusks with two hinged shells. The oyster shell may be slightly open to filter water for feeding. The entry of a grain of sand into an oyster shell initiates its defense mechanism. The grain of sand causes irritation to the oyster's soft tissues. This irritation triggers a defensive response within the oyster. The oyster begins a process to neutralize the irritant. The oyster mantle is a specialized organ responsible for nacre secretion. Nacre, also known as mother of pearl, is a lustrous substance. The mantle secretes nacre within the oyster. This secretion process contributes to pearl formation and shell structure. Nacre secretion is a defense mechanism in oysters. The mantle of the oyster releases thin, liquid layers of nacre. These layers coat irritating grains of sand within the oyster. This process reduces discomfort caused by the irritant. Pearl formation begins when an irritant, such as a grain of sand, enters an oyster. The oyster responds by coating the irritant with layers of nacre. Each nacre layer is microscopic in thickness. Thousands of these layers accumulate over several years, gradually forming a pearl. Nacre consists of multiple layers, each contributing to the pearl's unique optical properties. Light interacts with these layers as it passes through the nacre structure. The light bends due to refraction as it enters each layer. Simultaneously, light reflects off the surfaces of these layers. The combination of refraction and reflection results in iridescence, the play of rainbow colors on the pearl's surface. Pearls gradually increase in size as nacre layers accumulate. The luster of a pearl intensifies with the addition of more nacre. Extended duration inside the oyster leads to a larger pearl. The value of a pearl is directly proportional to its time within the oyster. Pearl formation is typically initiated by an irritant within a mollusk. While sand is a well-known irritant, it is not the only cause. Other materials, such as parasites, can also trigger pearl creation. Shell fragments or injuries to the mantle can similarly initiate the process. Natural pearls are formed in response to an irritant entering a mollusk. The mollusk secretes layers of nacre to coat the irritant. Over time, these layers accumulate, forming a pearl. Natural pearls are rare and highly valued due to their natural formation process. Pearl farmers cultivate pearls through a careful and deliberate process. The process begins with the surgical insertion of a small irritant into an oyster. This irritant is typically a polished piece of shell. The oyster then coats the irritant with layers of nacre, forming a pearl. The oyster, containing an implanted irritant, is returned to its aquatic environment. The oyster initiates a natural defense mechanism against the foreign object. It coats the irritant with layers of nacre, a lustrous substance. This process mirrors the oyster's response to naturally occurring irritants, resulting in pearl formation. Pearls are generally classified into two main categories: natural and cultured. Natural pearls form spontaneously in mollusks, without human intervention. Cultured pearls are the result of a controlled cultivation process. In cultured pearl production, a foreign object is intentionally introduced into the mollusk. Both natural and cultured pearls are composed of layered nacre. Cultured pearls are more common in the market due to the controlled and predictable nature of their production. Pearls are classified as organic gemstones. Unlike traditional gemstones, pearls are not minerals, stones, or rocks. Pearls are created by living creatures, specifically mollusks. This biological origin distinguishes them from other gemstones. Pearls originate from the sea, distinguishing them from minerals extracted from the earth. Unlike mined gemstones, Pearls are products of a natural, organic process within certain mollusks. This process begins when an irritant enters the mollusk's shell. In response, the mollusk secretes layers of nacre, a substance composed of calcium carbonate. These layers gradually accumulate around the irritant, forming a pearl. The pearl's beauty is thus a result of this natural defense mechanism. Pearls exhibit iridescence, a visual phenomenon that enhances their aesthetic appeal. Iridescence in pearls arises from the interaction of light with layers of nacre. Nacre is composed of microscopic aragonite platelets. Light waves interfere constructively and destructively within these layers. This interference results in a display of spectral colors, known as iridescence.